16, ours is a 15. So it's the same battery, yeah, it's 22 kilowatt hours. Yeah, it's been no issues whatsoever. 5 years, 100,000 kilometers, zero issues. Unlike the Tesla, unfortunately. Yeah, that's our favorite too. My kids are driving it now, they love it. Have a nice day. If you're interested in electric cars, we run the Toronto Electric Vehicle Association on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Toronto Electric Vehicle Association. It's just me and my son. Yeah, we review all kinds of electric cars. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, let him know. Okay, take care. All the best. Hey, hello everyone. As you heard, we started this video at the charging station, DC charging station, Petro-Canada in Barrie, Cundles Road, and we met a fellow i3 owner. And we're continuing our review of this 2022 Cooper SE electric, brand new. And we're doing comparison with our 5-year-old i3 Rex. Okay, so let's hit the road. There we go. You can hear the electric sound, hopefully, that this car is producing at low speeds for pedestrian warning. Oh, there's big traffic here at a gas station. Let's try and get out of here. Okay, so basically we have done about 100 kilometers from our house to this charging station in Barrie. We are able to give you the consumption numbers on both cars to compare.
Turn right onto Cundles Road East.
And we have to turn off the navigation because it will be talking over us. Let's just stop the navigation. Stop guidance. Thank you very much. We don't need it. So anyways, what we can tell you is that in the city, when we drove from our home to our office, as we had to stop by the office for a few minutes to pick up some equipment, the BMW and the Mini both had exactly the same consumption details of 12.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Once we hit the highway, and like I said, we've done 100 kilometers so far, the BMW had a slight advantage. So the Mini on the highway used 16.1 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. The BMW used 15.3. So slightly more efficient, but please do keep in mind, this is a 5-year-old i3 with 100,000 kilometers on it, and it has a smaller 22 kilowatt hour battery, which weighs less than the current Mini's 33 kilowatt hour battery, which is a larger battery and heavier. Also, the i3 is lighter because it's built from carbon fiber and aluminum versus steel construction of this car. So after driving 100 kilometers, of course, we were fully charged. The estimate on this Mini when we started the journey this morning at plus 5 degrees, no climate, in green mode. Okay, let's put it back in green mode. There you go. That's one thing. It defaults to normal. Let's put it back in green. So your options are standard, green, and sport. We have not used sport. Well, we did use sport mode, but for today's exercise, which is basically meant to give you an idea of the range, it's a range test on the highway and side roads and the city, we're strictly using green mode. Starting next week, we will, around the city, we'll be using it in sport mode, because that's how this car is meant to be driven, in sport mode. It's a little go-kart. It's very exciting. It's very holds the road. It feels different than the i3. This is a front-wheel drive. The i3 is a rear-wheel drive. It's using the same motor as the i3S and the previous gen battery from the i3S as well. So anyways, after driving 100 kilometers on the mix of mostly highway and some city, the Mini was showing a range left of about 100 kilometers, which basically means that you should be able to do around total 200 kilometers in green mode on the highway doing 110. We set the cruise control at 110, except maybe to pass one or two trucks when we went around 115 to 120 momentarily. Okay, so that's a pretty good range for 33 kilowatt hours. It's a fairly good efficiency as well at 16 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers on the highway. Now, don't plan to have a distance between two fast charging stations of 200 kilometers. You need less than that to be comfortable. Otherwise, you might be pushing the car. So when you do plan your trips on this, and I don't think too many people honestly will be doing big road trips coast to coast on a Mini Cooper SE, to be honest. Those will be done on other long range cars. So this is mostly a city, suburban, and maybe trip to cottage type of car, which we're doing right now. Our cottage is 150 kilometers away on the Georgian Bay from Toronto, and we would have been able to make it no problem with a 200 kilometer highway range and our cottage being 150 kilometers away, no problem. Of course, that would change drastically in the winter. We would get 30% less range. On the i3, which is our 2015 with 22 kilowatt hours, once we drove 100 kilometers, the REX kicked in at 6% state of charge. So even though we were driving on a highway without any climate in both cars, the range of the i3 REX 2015 with 22 kilowatt hours is basically just around 100 kilometers highway. So you really, with those older BMWs with 22 kilowatt hour battery, you do need that REX, or you need to buy newer i3 with 33, or ideally even the newest one with 42 kilowatt hours. Now the price difference between this car, let's just set the cruise now. We're back into the 80 zone, so we'll set the cruise at 90 so we don't slow traffic. So the price difference between this and its cousin i3, when you're comparing brand new cars, there's a cold roller passing us, of course. The difference is this car starts at 40. As you see it here, fully loaded, it's 50,000. The i3S now starts at around 55. So this car, in base to base, it's around $15,000 difference. And again, even though they have shared many common components, they are different because this is front wheel drive versus rear wheel drive on the i3S. So anyways, we will continue our video review once we reach our destination. Once we are at the lake house, we'll do a proper video review and give you more impressions. This is just to give you our first driving impressions of this car. We've only had it for a day since yesterday. We're the first people to actually get our hands on this 2022 model. It only had 300 kilometers on it, so it is basically brand new. So thank you BMW Canada for letting us drive it and review it, and look forward to giving you more impressions as the week progresses, and to give you more details on this wonderful little electric car. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to our social media, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/RASZEW. Thanks very much.